A single toxic employee, if left unaddressed, can have a surprisingly large impact. It's like a spark in a dry forest, a seemingly insignificant event, easy to overlook in the moment, but incredibly dangerous if ignored for too long. Managers often dismiss these early signs, thinking they're isolated incidents or personality quirks. A negative comment, an eye roll, or subtle undermining, behaviors that seem minor on the surface, hoping it's just a bad day, or that the issue will resolve itself. But inaction is the real mistake, a passive choice that can lead to significant repercussions. Silence signals that toxic behavior is tolerated, creating an environment where it can flourish. This lowers standards, erodes trust between team members, and quietly poisons team culture, creating a breeding ground for negativity. Team members notice both the behavior, the toxic actions themselves, and the leader's lack of response, which speaks volumes about the values of the organization, feeling unsupported and unprotected, leading to disengagement and decreased productivity. Small acts, shooting down ideas in meetings, gossip, or public criticism, these seemingly minor infractions are early warning signs, not harmless quirks, and should be addressed proactively. Ignoring them is like ignoring a persistent cough, a symptom of a deeper underlying issue. The longer you wait to address it, the worse it gets, and the harder it becomes to treat. Leadership credibility suffers significantly as team members lose faith in their leader's ability to protect them, and team morale declines rapidly, creating a negative and unproductive work environment. The initial spark, left unchecked and allowed to smolder, grows into a flame that threatens the entire team, potentially consuming everything in its path. Addressing issues early is not just about discipline. It's not solely about punishing the offender. It's about protecting the foundation of a healthy, high-performing team and fostering a culture of respect. Don't let a small spark of toxicity become a destructive wildfire that consumes your team and your organization. One toxic employee left unchecked can quickly derail productivity and lower morale, impacting everyone on the team. The effects can be far-reaching and difficult to reverse. Their negativity distracts others, creates conflict among team members, and drains emotional energy from the entire group. Team members end up spending more time managing the resulting tension and interpersonal issues than focusing on doing their actual jobs. Trust breaks down within the team. People become hesitant to share ideas, fearing criticism or ridicule, and collaboration becomes guarded and less effective. The sense of unity dissolves, replaced by division and resentment. The workplace environment turns increasingly stressful, ultimately leading to burnout among employees and a high rate of turnover. Good employees unwilling to tolerate such dysfunction will often leave the company first, seeking healthier environments. If left unchecked for too long, toxic behavior becomes normalized within the team, damaging the team's reputation and making it increasingly difficult to attract new talent. What initially started as one person's problem quickly escalates and becomes a systemic issue affecting the entire organization. The team's culture is no longer just spoiled or slightly tarnished. It's fundamentally broken and needs serious intervention. Leaders must act decisively before the negativity spreads beyond repair, causing irreparable damage to the team and the company as a whole. Many leaders avoid addressing toxic behavior out of fear of conflict. Difficult conversations are uncomfortable, so managers hope problems will resolve themselves. Lack of training and confidence makes inaction seem safer. Sometimes favoritism clouds judgment. High performers or long-tenured staff get a pass despite the damage they cause. Fear of legal repercussions can also paralyze leaders, especially without clear HR guidance, but delaying action only deepens the problem, eroding morale and trust. Leadership means facing discomfort to protect the team. The cost of inaction is always higher than the risk of addressing the issue. The key to stopping toxicity in its tracks is swift, decisive action. It's about addressing the root of the problem head-on, without hesitation. Address issues as soon as they arise. Don't let them fester or escalate. Early intervention is crucial in nipping toxic behaviors in the bud. Delay signals tolerance. Procrastination can be interpreted as acceptance, inadvertently condoning the behavior and allowing it to spread. Gather specific factual evidence of the behavior. Document everything meticulously, noting dates, times, and specific instances. Avoid vague accusations. Instead of saying you're always negative, Focus on concrete examples of the behavior you've observed. In meetings, focus on actions and their impact. Steer clear of personal attacks and concentrate on how specific behaviors affect team performance and morale, not personality. It's about addressing the behavior, not attacking the individual's character. Use clear examples, provide concrete instances to illustrate the problematic behavior. In yesterday's meeting, your comment shut down discussion without offering alternatives. This provides a clear and actionable point of reference. Set expectations for change. Clearly outline the desired behavioral changes and the consequences of failing to meet those expectations, and define what positive behavior looks like. Paint a clear picture of the kind of conduct that is expected and valued within the team. Offer support, show that you're invested in their improvement and willing to provide assistance, coaching, training or resources. Provide access to tools and programs that can help them develop the necessary skills and behaviors to help the employee improve. This demonstrates a commitment to their professional growth and a genuine desire to see them succeed. Schedule regular follow-ups to monitor progress. Keep track of their behavior and provide ongoing feedback, and reinforce accountability. Make it clear that they are responsible for their actions and that there will be consequences for continued toxic behavior. If behavior doesn't change, escalate with documented steps. Follow established procedures and involve HR as necessary. Consistency protects the team. Applying the same standards to everyone ensures fairness and prevents resentment and reinforces a healthy culture. It sends a clear message that toxic behavior will not be tolerated and that a positive work environment is a priority. Leadership is about action, not avoidance. It requires courage to confront difficult situations and make tough decisions to protect the well-being of the team. Take Maria, a manager who noticed gossip eroding her team's trust. She documented specific incidents, then met privately with the employee, Tom. Maria addressed the behavior directly, explained its impact, and set clear expectations. No more gossip, focus on work topics. She offered support, suggesting communication training, and scheduled weekly check-ins. Maria's proactive approach stopped the problem before it spread. The lesson: leaders must act early, communicate clearly and enforce standards. Building a positive culture requires vigilance and consistency. Don't hope for the best, create it through action. When every team member feels safe and respected, performance thrives. That's the essence of true leadership.